He was buried alive, under rubble, no food, no water, no rescue, and yet, he survived, for 40 days. This is one of the most unbelievable survival stories from World War II, and almost no one talks about it. In 1941, during World War II, the Soviet city of Kerch was under heavy attack by Nazi forces. German planes dropped bomb after bomb, buildings were flattened, civilians fled, entire Soviet battalions were trapped underground, in bunkers meant to protect them. One of them was Lieutenant Vladimir Karpovich, a Soviet Red Army officer. He and 12 other men were inside a military bunker, when a bomb hit directly above them. Everything collapsed. Tons of sand, concrete, and rock buried them alive. They couldn't move. No light, no radio, no help. Their only tools, a few supplies, and their will to survive. Some panicked, others gave up within days. But Vladimir didn't. He started rationing everything, scraps of grain from the floor, tiny pieces of raw food. When water ran out, he licked moisture off the walls. He even captured condensation from his own breath on cold metal. He stayed calm, focused, silent. Day 5, day 10, day 20. Above ground, no one thought anyone could have survived that long. But deep underground, Vladimir was still alive, the last man standing, weak, starving, barely conscious, but alive. On day 40, Soviet engineers were clearing rubble from the ruins of Kerch's tunnels. That's when they heard it. A voice, faint, fading, but real. They stopped. They listened, and then they dug fast. Lieutenant Karpovich was pulled out, skin hanging from his bones, eyes sunken, almost unrecognizable, but breathing. Doctors said it couldn't be true. A man can't live 40 days without help, buried under rubble. But Vladimir had done the impossible. His survival made headlines across the Soviet Union. Soldiers called him a miracle. Scientists studied him for years, but outside his country his story faded into silence. Karpovich never sought fame. He returned to life quietly. Later in life, he simply said, "I thought of my mother, and I knew I had to live." He died peacefully, decades later. Not in war, but at home. He proved one thing. The human will is stronger than any weapon. If this story gave you chills, hit like, subscribe, and follow, because the most powerful stories in history are the ones you've never heard.